I knew that being identical, our voices were exactly alike. When we would call home from college, our parents would say, which one is speaking, Thomas or Clinton? Since we both went to state institutions the first semester, the finals were during the same week. And my brother was always very weak in math, especially algebra. And he called me one night there in Norman. And he said, Clint, do you have a final tomorrow? I said, no, I don't. This was Monday evening.
Right.
He said, I have my college algebra final tomorrow. I have an F going into the final. He says, you get in that car and come up here to Stillwater. You're going to take my final exam for me. I said, Thomas, we can't take that chance because if we're caught, we will both be expelled. He said, how are they going to find out? My roommate here at the dorm, Lewis, a tall basketball player, is taking the same class. It'll be tomorrow morning from 10 to 12. He will show you where to go, where to sit in class, because they had assigned seats. You'll wear my top coat, and you will take my billfold. So I did. I drove up there that night. They smuggled me into the dormitory. They didn't want anybody to see me. And went to the class the next morning. And of course I was versed what the instructor's name was. His name was Mr. Kincaid, which I shall never forget. And made one mistake. The class was over at was 10 to 12, 2-hour final exam. And it would count 50% of the grade. The mistake I made, I finished early, like 15 to 12. And I went up there to turn it into Mr. Kincaid, and he looked at me, he said, Thomas, what's the matter? Did you give up? I thought, oh my goodness. I should have thought. He was usually probably the last one to turn in his test. And I said, no, I'm tired. I've been on Dexedrine for 4 days, cramming, crashing for this test. This is all I can do. He said, I sure hope you pass it, because you know what your grade is. So I had to wait out in the hall until Lewis finished, because I didn't know how to get back to the dorm. So when the bell rang at 12, and being a tall basketball player for OSU, he ran out, and students were coming out and said, Thomas, what happened? Did you give up? And he ran by me and grabbed me by the collar, said, Risner, let's get back to the dorms immediately. I made an A on the final. He got a C out of the course.